Welcome to The Explainer. So if you've ever had to travel for an extended period or, needed to relocate, you absolutely know the universal struggle, finding the right place to stay. And when we're talking about a short to medium-term relocation for business travelers, expats, or even families in a bustling, rapidly expanding city like Dhaka, man, that challenge can feel completely overwhelming. You want comfort, you need convenience, and let's be honest, you really want it to feel like it's actually yours, even if just for a little while. Today, we are looking at a fascinating accommodation solution that, surprisingly, a ton of people are still completely unaware of, yet it literally solves nearly all the headaches of relocation.
So that brings us to the big question. Where exactly is the perfect place to stay in Dhaka? Think about your typical options for a second. Do you just book a hotel room? Sure, that's great for a few days, but after a couple of weeks, the walls start to close in and the bill gets astronomically high. Okay, do you rent an apartment? You could, but then you have to buy furniture, set up the internet, figure out the utilities, which makes absolutely zero sense if you're only there for 2 months. Balancing comfort, cost, and convenience for those stays is notoriously difficult. But there is a middle ground.
And that middle ground is what we're calling the hidden gem of accommodation. Locals in the know, corporate executives, and seasoned travelers rely on a very specific type of housing to completely bypass those traditional rental headaches. They use what are known as fully furnished service apartments. It's this often overlooked secret that perfectly bridges the gap between living out of a suitcase and signing a rigid, year-long, unfurnished lease.
Okay, let's dive right into this. What are service apartments?
By definition, a fully furnished service apartment is a residential unit equipped with absolutely everything needed for comfortable living. The whole goal here is blending the warmth of a real home with the convenience of professional hospitality. Think about what that actually means. You can literally arrive straight from the airport with just your suitcase and move right in. You don't have to worry about buying a single piece of furniture, you don't have to set up a Wi-Fi router, or figure out how to get a refrigerator delivered. It's an entirely seamless experience.
The core philosophy here is being move-in ready from day one. You walk through the door, the beds are made, the sofas are perfectly in place, the dining table is set, and the kitchen appliances are plugged in and ready to go. On top of that, you get high-speed internet and regular housekeeping services. It gives you significantly greater privacy and much larger living spaces compared to a standard hotel. But the best part? You still don't have to do any of the heavy lifting of maintaining a household.
Now let's talk location, specifically the Bashundhara R advantage.
And this brilliantly illustrates why Bashundhara residential area is the absolute standout choice in Dhaka. This isn't just any neighborhood, it is one of the city's most sought-after and prestigious residential areas. Why? Because of its meticulously planned, secure, and modern infrastructure. You get this peaceful, residential atmosphere with wide roads and green surroundings. It's like a wonderful retreat right in the heart of Dhaka. But at the exact same time, you are incredibly close to major business hubs, top educational institutions, hospitals, and shopping centers. It really provides the absolute perfect combination of urban convenience mixed with residential tranquility.
Let's break this down further by comparing your accommodation options.
Now, what's really interesting here is how systematically we can compare the alternatives. Normally, you have to make compromises, right? A hotel room gives you housekeeping and flexibility, sure, but your living space is highly limited and your kitchen facilities are basically non-existent. An unfurnished rental gives you all the space you want, but zero housekeeping, you're locked into a long-term stay, and it definitely isn't ready to move into. But a serviced apartment, it perfectly combines the best features of both. You get the spaciousness and the full kitchen of a real rental, combined with a flexible stay duration, the housekeeping, and the move-in readiness of a hotel.
But here is where the rubber really meets the road: the cost. If you are staying somewhere for several weeks or months, a hotel room rapidly becomes a huge financial drain. The data from our sources indicates a stark contrast here. For an extended stay, a hotel room is simply classified as expensive, whereas a fully furnished serviced apartment is highly cost-effective. You are simply getting way better value. We're talking larger spaces, full kitchen access, and multiple amenities, all at a highly competitive price point compared to booking a hotel room night after night. All of this builds into a massive lifestyle advantage. Let's walk through these 5 overlooked benefits. First, instead of just renting a room, you get a true home away from home. Second, as we just saw, it's vastly better value for your money. Third, it's absolutely ideal for families who need extra space to cook, play, and just relax. Fourth is the unbeatable convenience and flexibility. And fifth, because professional services like maintenance, security, and utility management are fully handled, you get a totally hassle-free setup. You skip the setup stress and focus immediately on your work, your medical visits, or your studies.
So you might be wondering, who exactly is this for?
The beauty of this model is its incredible flexibility, making it ideal for a very wide range of residents. If you are a corporate executive on a business assignment, this is absolutely perfect. If you're an expatriate relocating to Dhaka and need a comfortable landing pad while you figure things out, it's a total lifesaver. It's also incredibly popular for international students and their families, medical tourists who need long-term, super comfortable accommodation near hospitals, and even local families who just need a place to stay during home renovations. It caters perfectly to both short-term assignments and extended life transitions.
To summarize the core thesis of our source material today, fully furnished service apartments are, quite simply, the smart choice for modern living. By combining the comfort of a home with the convenience of hospitality services, this model successfully balances your professional commitments with your personal peace of mind. You just don't have to sacrifice space for service or flexibility for comfort anymore. So, I want to leave you with this provocative thought for your future accommodation choices. Next time you travel for an extended period, will you settle for just a room, or will you choose a real home? When you know there's an option out there that offers you the space to breathe, the ability to cook your own meals, and the luxury of having all those little details managed for you, well, the traditional hotel room starts to look a lot less appealing, doesn't it?
If you are planning a trip or a relocation and want to explore these fully furnished service apartments in the premium location of Bashundhara R, our source material provided some great contact info. You can reach out directly to REIT Limited by calling +880-1711-993377 or simply by visiting their website at hotels.com.bd. They can help you find exactly the right place during your important transition. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. And hey, here's to finding your perfect home away from home.